Yeah, right. So, Dumela, hello guys, how are you? I want to show you guys the screen. My name is Bafui Tepo Makananise, and then I'm gonna be analyzing to you how Sundowns play recently. Mainly, we're gonna be focusing on the game between Mamelodi Sundowns and Richards Bay, and then I'm gonna show you the common defense that Sundowns was putting out during the game. Mamelodi Sundowns were putting out a 4-3-3 defense formation. And then in that 4-3-3 defense formation, you'll find Grant Kekana, Rivaldo Kotie, and Mtobi Mvala, and Botwell. I do not know how to pronounce his name. Botwell being the four defenders who happen to be the four center backs that Sundowns are using this season. And Grant covers the right, and Botwell covers the left with Kekani, with Mtobi and Kotie covering the central of that defense. So I'm gonna tell you, or I'm gonna show you why it helps for Sundowns to have four central defenders at the back. It gives them width, it gives them extra defensive powers, because when you have four defenders at the back, it means that out of the four that you have, none of them is really attacking minded. So basically, when the ball comes to the box, when the ball comes to what Mamelodi Sundowns, the defenders aware are more aware of the situations and are more equipped to defending rather than attacking. And most of the time when you have the right back and when you have the full backs, the right full back and the left full backs, they are divided into two sections. There are other minds that's on to attack, the other mind is on to defend. So it affects the little bit of their defense, and because nowadays people like assist and goals, like your Trent Alexander-Arnold, your Carvajal, you can name all these big fullbacks in the world. They say their strongest points on attack, but it does not really assist at the back. So Sundowns have really, for these past few games that they've played, they've ran away from having full backs that run into the box and having rather central backs occupying the defense, the full back position. So it gives them extra holding points when it comes to attack. Here you see Kekana, and then here you see the other two central defenders, and then this is Botwell, and this is the four that I'm talking about, which is a 4-4, a 4-3-3 defense. And if you look at this four, if you look at Kekana can still cover this person here, and then you have Rivaldo Coutier in this area. He can cover this area here, and then here you have Modiba Mvala. Modiba Mvala can rather cover here or covered behind the ball, or the ball that is going to be thrown behind Botwell, and Botwell has the other wing on the other side. Now, here's the critical phase here. The critical phase is these three central midfielders that are playing here. It's Modiba, it's Modiba, it's Mukwena, and it's Marcelo Allende. The three of them, one plays the left center mid, the other one plays the center mid, and the other one plays the right center mid. The three of them cover the central parts of the midfield. You understand? So, and they create a narrow angle between them most of the time. And that is why I wrote a 125.7 degrees. It's what we could find the spaces in between them. And yeah, and the other three, which is the front three, it's Lesibanko, Rivario, and Mandieta in this instant. So yeah, that is the other part of the defense. And here is the other, how do you put it? Another picture of Mamelodi Sundowns defense. Like I said, it's a 4-3-3. It's a four, and then here's the three, and then here's the three. Now in this picture, you're gonna see the 4-3-3 of the defense side of Mamelodi Sundowns being stretched. And when they're stretched, this is how they look like. You have Kekana here, you have Rivaldo Kutia here, you have Modiba here, and then you still have Botwell here. And then here you have Modiba, you have Mukwena, and then you have Islande, and then this is the front three of Mamelodi Sundowns. But in this instance, if you look at the way they have set up the line, River had slightly closed the offside trap, but the offside trap was still okay. But the most important thing is that the four defenders that they still have here, which is River, which is Ekana, which is Modiba and Botwen, they still keep the structure and the formation of how they should be defending. And you have the three center midfielders here. You have the right center midfielder, which is Allende occupying here. You have Mukwena, who is just slightly ahead of the two. And then you have Modiba, right, just trying to close up that space in between the three of them. And then you can see here it's at 130 degrees Celsius, not Celsius, 130 degrees 0.7, the gap between the three of them. And even if you can look at here through the front three, you can see here is Alvaro, and then here is Lesibanko. But look at how far is Mandieta in this instance. It could have been even better if Mandieta was somewhere here, but because they are stretched, they still be able to come to open up, to close up the gaps that are available. And when you look at where the ball is currently here. When the ball is currently here, in a nutshell, this ball will never come here, because this he Mukwena being here closes up this area, and then this ball can never come here, or it can come here. When it comes here, then Lithiba has to be on the man, and then you are on the man, and then he covers this side, and everyone just moves slightly like that. So it becomes difficult to penetrate Mamelodi Sundowns in between. And the only best possible pass that was available is from here to come here into the backspace. But it's also difficult because now you have him is already offside, you have him who's already offside, and the only best possible way is just to give them the ball, like just throw it back here, and then Sundowns then get the ball under the 10-second rule or whatever rule. Or if he's smart enough, he takes the ball back here. But when he takes the ball back here, he presses there. And then the other thing that I will also show you guys later is that this one happens to be a catalyst when it comes to the pressing. The moment he moves towards this direction, then it gives them the leverage of having a forward going to press here, having him coming this side, and having him pressing that side. Then it also creates another narrow spaces this side. So yeah, let me show you another video, another picture. Here is another picture of the 4-3-3, of the four defenders Mamelodi Sundowns that has. But yeah, let me show you a tricky part, something that it's only done by Sundowns. When it's a goal kick, or when it's a long ball coming from the goal area, the strongest header of the ball in the Mamelodi Sundowns defense attacks that ball, and it happens to be Modiba. But when he's attacking that ball, you still have your three here. You see, you still have your Modiba, your Mukwena, and your Allende. And at this point of time, they've created a 122.8 degrees. This is what they've created. This just shows how normally they are narrow. But in this instance, the three defenders are still there, standing there, waiting to see, or waiting to react on where this ball will go. Because now the other central defense, which then happens to be Modiba, went on to head that ball. And then your other three front players are here who were ready to do what? To press the ball if it was played at the back. But because it has been played long, then it creates a situation where one of the defenders has to go ahead of the ball. So in this instance, we always say, I think this happens about 9 times during the game, that during a goal kick that goes long, Sundowns changes from a 4-3-3 defense into a 3-4-3 defense, meaning they occupy the four here, and then the three remains, and the three remains. So then it means then the one goes up. But immediately when this header it's been played, wherever it goes, let's say Richards Bay won this ball, then they automatically revert to a 4-3-3 defense and then move within the other lines. And I'm sure you are asking yourself about this picture. Here's the picture that I was telling you about, the attack. When Sundowns attack, this is the other attacking side of Mamelodi Sundowns. When Sundowns attack, they play what we call a 3-2-5 formation. They leave three defenders at the back, which then happens to be one of the three center backs, depending on the area of the ball. If the ball is this side, then you will see Riva here, you will see Kekana and Modiba this side. If the ball is this side, then you see the other three that side. But because the ball was in the middle, then Riva, because it's the one that is very good with the ball, out of the four defenders, is the one that goes inside to create that two. So here you see the two midfielders in that point, because it's now a 3-2-5. Then they leave a two. In that two, you have one central defense midfield, one centre back is there, and the centre midfielder, which is happened to be Mokoena. But most of the cases, Mokoena is not the one that occupies this space. They rotate these players, right? One time you can find Modiba here, one time you can find Allende here, or he himself, while the other two joins the attack, which creates a lot of chaos here. Because in this instant, when you see here, this is Modiba here. Another center mid, look at how far he's here. And then this is one of the strikers, which is Rivero. And then this is Lesiva, this is Mandieta, and then this is Marcelo Allende. So in this instant of time, one of the central midfielder is always here to form part of the attack, and this is where Mamelodi Sundowns create a lot and lot of chances, and they have those trap and passes in the final third or in the goal third of the opponents, because they've got so many numbers that end up outnumbering the opponent. And this is what I wanted to share with you guys, how Sundowns defense and how Sundowns attack. Is just that I do not have so many pictures, because I'm still trying to understand this technology. But I was gonna show you guys properly and everything, clear pictures that I've created, a 3-year, a 4-year, and a 3-year. You see, it's another 4-year, it's another 3-year, it's a 3-year. This is how memory standards attack. It's brilliant, and it's just something that we can just admire and retiring. That's the only thing retire admire. And yeah, and meeting.